You don't have to talk to me in this workshop. You have to talk to yourself. How many of you have attended any of my previous workshops, any of my previous, seminars, webinars, anyone who all have attended any one of mine? Shatakshi is still connecting to it. Keval has done it. Shrujin has done it. Okay. So you all know that with any of my classes, any of my communities, what I make you do is I make you help build a WhatsApp group, and then I encourage from you. The reason this time there was no WhatsApp group is because I want to have you converse with the most important person in your life. Who is the most important person in your life? And I think all have permission to talk. Just give me 1 minute. I'll give permission to all of you to unmute yourself. Okay, I think now you will be able to unmute yourself and talk. Okay. Cable says me. Yes, absolutely. The most important person in your life is no one but you. Yes, me is the most important part. Then why is it that sometimes we don't have these conversations with ourselves? We do not, try to talk to us. What is going on? When was the last time you talked to yourself? When you asked your body, hey body, what's up? How is it going? How is your life going? Are you comfortable? What is your present state? Whenever your friend is sad, whenever a relative is sad, what do? You go and talk to them, ki, hey, what is up? How are you feeling and all. But have you ever talked to yourself? The conversations that you have with yourself are the most important ones. And today in this journaling workshop, I'll be helping you come across how to have a conversation with yourself. So now a couple of more people have joined. Who is there who doesn't know who I am? Because I am going to skip this introduction part altogether. I was in a mood to skip this introduction part altogether and reach out straight towards your goals and all. But okay, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So, most of you have heard the Soul Flow story. You've heard how Soul Flow grew, how I lost my memory, how I joined it. But actually, the beginning of the story is not so happy. So it was in 2017, I got into MBA. I got into, just 1 minute, I'm having a little trouble sharing. So I went into MBA. You've heard the first part of the story, that how I lost my memory, how I had to go towards, how I had to take therapy and all this. But the part of the story that you do not know is a part that I haven't told a lot of people, and I'm telling it to you in this workshop itself, which is why this workshop has been made also. I went through an extreme phase in 2018. So it was in 2017 I joined MBA. I joined my MBA. In 2018 I was working towards my goals and all this. And it was in 2018 in MBA that my mom passed away. She was sick for a very long time and she had diabetes. And one fine day I received a news in college that she passed away, and I had to rush and come back college and all that. But this is not the biggest challenge of it. My mom was sick for a very long time. The fact was that I was getting sexually abused for almost a year during that time. It was the most painful time of my life, and it was being done by my boyfriend's best friend. So there was another level of shock altogether. Nobody believed me. College, everybody made fun of me. Nobody wanted to accept that, this is happening, until a very long time when finally people started listening, people started hearing, and it was, taken there. Another year later, the same boyfriend that he was very physically aggressive. He was very physically, what do you say, toxic. And one day when I was there, it was the COVID time, lockdown was almost going to be there. We had a fight. He hit me a lot and he kicked me out on the streets. When I came back to Delhi, I had COVID and I had a broken nose. And it was during this COVID time that I lost my memory, and I met Niranjan, and I made Soul Flow. So, this journey, what I'm going to tell you today is about how I became this person. You can see this is a very impactful image of who I was before and who I am now. So, journaling is the thing that has helped me reach from here to here. It's very difficult to believe, But basically, when I started inculcating some good habits inside me and I started removing the bad habits of my life, that's when I decided, that's when I found out that, that I could become a better version. So no matter what mental health stage you are, what you are going through it, I am going to, why I teach journaling is basically this. I want to help you get out of this. I want you to help you build a better version of yourself. And the better version comes when you answer a certain set of questions. So moving on to the first question, and this is going to be very interactive, guys. You'll have to constantly keep on replying, keep on seeing, keep on writing. And if you already do not have a water bottle with you, go rush and get one. You know for one thing how important I give things.
So start this thing. I'll have to do it through my phone.
All right. So get your water bottle, take a sip of water. Hydration is very, very important, guys. Start with the first, a very, very basic question that nobody can answer but you. The question is, why are you here? And don't say things like, I came here to become a better productive. I'm sorry, somebody is not on mute. I can hear a lot of background sound. Okay. Yeah. Why are you here? And don't say things like, I want to be productive. What is the reason you want to be productive is just as important. Is it because you feel like there are better things you can do with your time? Is it that you want to get over your thing? What is it that you want to change in yourself is the biggest important question that I want to ask yourself. Why are you here? You can comment in the chat box or you could write it. It could be a personal thing also. Bhamati has a beautiful need to be organized and to not procrastinate things. So which means you essentially think that you are not organized enough right now and you procrastinate, right? So that is already a step ahead because you are very self-aware of what is the thing that you want to change in you. Kimira wants to let my emotions. Lovely, Kimira. Beautiful answer.
Hey everyone. Good morning.
Hi Niranjan. Niranjan is also here. And this is such a beautiful answer, Kimira. You want to let your emotions flow instead of suppress.
Shali, Avneet, Satakshi. Good to see you all.
And that is what I'm going to encourage you all to do today also. How to put your emotions on paper. To progress life in a positive way. Great, Anamika. And what is a positive way, Anamika? What do you think is a positive way and a negative way? These are these questions. I'll keep on asking a lot of leading questions. So to begin with, this is the first page of my diary. Let me remove spotlight on me and then you'll be able to see more clearly. So my vision statement, and this is what I call a vision statement, something that will guide you into this progress of journaling. I want to upgrade my depression so that, that I want to upgrade my depression to the one that helped Van Gogh create Starry Night. So like I said, I have had depression in a high stage. I was taking pills. I was in a therapy for almost 1 year. Then I suddenly realized I don't want to depend on anyone. The only person I want to depend on is me. So I wanted to upgrade my depression and, create beautiful art of it. Even now, whenever I'm the most upset, I paint, I draw, I express myself. Then why am I here? To glow and to grow. I always believe, and I use this word a lot, glow. Glow doesn't mean just to shine from makeup or looking attractive. Glow means when you are so happy from inside that there's a definite light around you. And this is the glow I plan to bring in you. So, Anamika, I have a lot of anger. Yes, self-depreciation. The person that we hate the most is self. I always tell people if we are as kind to ourselves as we are to others, we would have done so much better in life. Sanat, I am muting you, Sanat. Okay. So, why are you here is the first important question that you are answering. By the end of this session, we'll be answering a lot of questions like this. Okay. So why journaling? Journaling has extreme good efforts. When I had no friend, when I had nothing, it was journaling that has brought me new habits, break habits. It has got me everything. You can see a picture of my vision board here. Currently, I have a new vision board. Me and Niranjan, after a lot of years and do it, have finally built a common vision board. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that these vision board, I put a constant things of my vision board. A lot of these things are coming true this year. We finally met Ankur Wariku also. We have been able to get a lot of progress. Vision board is not a part of this class. It is a part of the advanced journaling class, which I'll talk about later. But you can just Google and see there is no option. There are hundreds of options of how to make a vision board. Vision board, art journaling. This is something Shatakshi does very well. In fact, I take a lot of inspiration from her. Therapy, mood trackers, all of this we will cover today. So the main reason, so I had written in the beginning that this is a Bujo workshop. Bujo stands for bullet journaling. And bullet journaling is one of the methods of journaling in which you basically don't write a lot of emotions, but break it down to activities. So bullet journaling is something that has helped me build time for myself. When I started making time for myself, that's when I started developing. So the very first question that all of you would be asking is, what kind of journal suits you the best? Okay. And here I want you all to write all your questions that you have about journaling so that I can answer them somewhere in the session, or maybe I reach out to you personally, but write all your questions. This, I did not make any WhatsApp group for you. I did not ask you to do it, but I want you to have a conversation with yourself. So ask you, what is the change I want to bring? What is stopping me? Drop your questions, all your questions, I'll be answering them. This workshop is entirely for you. Take a few minutes.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
So you can save it, remember this, but you can answer it towards end. I would like to know who are some of the greatest men in the history in different fields who have used journaling and have, said journaling is the secret of my success.
That's a lovely, lovely question. And thank you so much. I'll answer it in the end. So one very famous person who the top of my mind person is Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln used to journal every day. Roosevelt used to wake up at 4 a.m. and journal every day. How do we know so much about history? It is through journals.
Marcus Aurelius' Meditations is one of the most famous journals.
And one of the biggest journal fans that we all know is Leonardo da Vinci. Everything he had written in his journals, and even now artists read his journal to understand what is it about. So the very first question we are answering is, what kind of journal to use? Because there are a lot of journals based on what is your personal, and after this activity, what I'm going to show you, you will all tell me what journal goes with you the most. So the first kind of journal is a memories only journal. This has no format, nothing. All you need to do is write your thoughts into this. You don't have to write in this every day, but on a special day, I maintain a special memories only journal, which right now Niranjan has it. It is only about the greatest day in your life. And is Deepak on this call? Deepak had recently gifted me a very beautiful journal and I use it for memories. Most of you who are attending this class today have joined one or other of my workshops. So you know that the big part, how you can use art into this. Let me show you how you can use art as a big part of journaling. So you don't have to I take a lot of Instax pictures and all of that.
Bye.
So,
hello.
Hello? Hello? Okay. So you don't have to do a lot of things. All you need to do is just have a diary ready whenever you have a special memory. For example, today you feel a sense of liberation. You go home and write about it. Ki, hey, I felt really motivated. This is a picture of me and Niranjan in Munnar when we had gone. I really like this memory. I wanted to preserve it. This is of a time when we went to a good cafe. So you don't have to be very, very prominent about what you draw and all. It can be very simple. And this is a dream that I had, and I had a dream that I was peanut butter, Nutella, and I wanted to draw it. Express yourself. All your thoughts, you can bring it out to them. So this is sort of memories only journal. This is the first journal I show to people because you all are artists. You can draw with this as well. And guys, it's a very, very effective tool because on my worst days, I have gone back to my journal and felt happier that life is not that bad at all. Sometimes it can be really good. If you are into quizzes, if you are into facts, stories and all, you can keep a diary of quotes. So the facts journal or the nerds corner is a diary where you can write. Some people are into poetry, so you can write poetry verses into this. Some people are into facts, you can write facts into this. It is a complete it's a more educational diary of things you like to collect. I like to collect quotes. So I would write all my calligraphy quotes here. I would write all the poem I found. The next kind of a journal is it has no format. It's a brain dump journal, and I think Shatakshi follows something like this. There is no discipline to it as such. There is no rule for it. All you do is just dump all your ideas. This one is very good for somebody going through mental health or anxiety issues because when you write it out, when you write down your worst thoughts, that's when you get picture. So, for example, there were days when I could not get out of bed because I was so upset, I was so depressed. I would, just write into my onto the diary 100 times. I want to get up. I want to become better. Or I would just write about how bad my day was or something. And it really put a lot of perspective into the day. So you can keep a brain dump journal that does not, it can have your dreams on it. It can have your Zen line exercises on it, anything. It's just a place where you are you can be honest to yourself. For example, it is very difficult, somebody said this, anger. It is very difficult for us to accept the hard talk that we do to ourselves. Sometimes we tell ourselves we are not good enough, we are not nice enough. Write those down. And when you write it on paper, that is when you think ki kitna ridiculous hai. In my brain, it seems so important, but when I wrote it down, all this seems so ridiculous. Then there is a Doodle Your Heart journal. This is for calligraphy enthusiasts who like calligraphing and all. You can start writing, develop a new hobby and put into words. So when I was at the height of my depression, whenever I felt like a very negative word come to me, like self-harm, like Sanchari, you're not good enough, you should die, I would write those in calligraphy. And when it would turn out so beautifully written, I would be like, what was I so angry about? Then you can keep a book journal. This is a very good habit for somebody who is trying to start a new book habit. In the advanced journaling class, I'll also be sharing with you how to make very attractive bookmarks and book journals to keep. Travel journal is an absolute essential. If you are going to any city, any place, carry a diary with you. Every day your memory decreases by a little percentage. Do you remember your 18th birthday as well as you remember last year or the year before? So every year your memory keeps on decreasing. When you go on a trip and you immortalize it, you can remember. So this love letter thing, I was single for a very long time. So I would, of course, like everybody, wanted to find a perfect man and all. So I would start writing these letters to somebody when I met someone. When I'll meet you, I will write this and all this and I'll tell you all this. I used to write imaginary letters. Around last year, I stopped writing these letters to an imaginary someone and I started writing them to me. I started writing these very long love letters to myself, how much I loved myself. And I would read out to them on my worst days of depression, jab sab kuch bura lag raha tha, kuch nahi ho raha, very negative, I would read these love letters to myself. Sanchari, you are such a beautiful person. You bring smile to everybody's life. I want to spend my life with you. Try it, guys. So your first homework for today is write a love letter to yourself. Write a beautiful love letter to yourself. If you do not want it to be on paper, you could email this yourself. You could do it, but write a love letter to yourself. Just how much you would write for a partner, Benedict Cumberbatch, Hrithik Roshan, kisi ko bhi the way you would write a love letter, write it for yourself. Okay, it really works. So I'm giving you all these kind of ideas. A lot of people come to me and say, journaling mein kare kya? I have got a notebook, I have got a diary, what to fill it in? So these ideas I'm giving you. At the end, I'll be teaching you how to make a proper bujo, which is the planner and tracker. But this is all the crazy stuff you can do. Gratitude. I cannot tell you enough how important is gratitude for me. How many of you practice gratitude every day? Little bit of gratitude. If you've joined Soulful classes, I've made you practice a little bit of gratitude. I've made you thank your hands and all. How many of you practice gratitude? Anamika does. All right. So no worries, even if you haven't practiced gratitude, let's do it now. I want you to thank something, anything today. You could, what is the first thought that comes? Maybe you can thank yourself for having the energy to come on a Saturday morning and joining a workshop. Maybe you are gratitude towards the breakfast you had today, gratitude towards the sun. What is it that you feel thankful to it? So, why I essentially talk about gratitude so much is just one. So, leave alone everything. How do you ask somebody for something, right? God or koi bhi, somebody ko to you ask for things, right? So who I ask for things is the universe. And now how will the universe know I want something unless I ask it properly? So ask properly that, hey, I am very grateful for the breakfast today. I want to have this breakfast every day of my life. I am very grateful for this morning. What a beautiful thought, Anamika. Exactly. COVID happened and so many people could not even, there were people who did not even wake up. So you are, if there is nothing, you feel on a day कि मेरे पास कुछ नहीं है gratitude करने का, I have nothing in do. Be grateful for just this thing that you are alive, that you are breathing, that you have two hands, that you have so much. I always wake up in the morning and thank Wi-Fi and internet because it has changed my life. Imagine if there was no internet, how would I have talked to you guys? So spend 2 minutes. It's going to be a very slow paced workshop. I want you to think about this and think about things that make you grateful. So when you join in for our advanced journaling workshop, I will make you write 10 things to be grateful every day. And slowly, and in the beginning, it will be very difficult to think, but slowly you'll get a hang. What are you grateful for, Niranjan, today? Are you there? Okay. So I want more answers, guys. I'm waiting for you to tell me what is it that you are grateful for it today. I believe everybody has something.
Had you asked something? I just gone off to.
Yeah, I asked you, Niranjan. What are you grateful for today?
Well, I managed to. Since the last few days, I've been struggling to get up early in the morning. So today morning, I managed to wake up early and get workout done before the journaling workshop. And I had a very hearty breakfast, so that's plenty of things to be grateful for.
And it's not even 12 yet.
Yep, it's not even 12 yet.
Already have great. So I am a person who believes obsessively in gratitude. I, in fact, was when I had COVID, I made a gratitude thing for Dolo and hot and prescriptions because they were helping me through. I also keep a running list. Oh, Kimira, that is beautiful. So another thing that I do is a running list of things I am grateful for. I hope you are taking a lot of notes. This is your second thing to do. In the advanced journaling course, we do this every day. Things of it. You can make a small illustration to keep your art as well as alive. The topic of this workshop was art into journaling, and that is what I'm going to do this. Lovely, Srujan. That's such a beautiful answer. So you have to draw the things that you are grateful for. If you are grateful for internet, think what can be a symbol for it. See, my first is internet. Second is my room. Third, flowers. So you can, write and think of it. You will find there are days when I can't think of anything. I thank the sun. The sun is keeping us so much happy. The sun is keeping us so good. Okay, so grateful gratitude practices. Polaroid, just 1 minute. So then if now I know a lot of you, even Shatakshi is here, we are all stationery holders. We love doing stationeries. So journaling is a very way to use your stationery also. You can buy as much stationery as you want without doing it. What I'm showing you right now is my habit tracker. It's the first Bujo I made, bullet journaling. It was a very old one. I think in 2017 I made this. And if my house was on fire, this is one of the things I would pick up and leave, because this organized my whole life. It changed everything. I started writing, I started noting my days, what is an ideal day for, what is a perfect day like. And I'll teach you in the end how to do this as well. Another thing that I have a very good habit of is vocabulary. Every day I try to learn one word, and this diary has been with me for years. This also I've left it at Niranjan's place. It has one word each day. So of course I joined MBA, I gave CAT, so I needed to have a vocabulary, but even now I still do. Now my vocabulary dictionary is of Malayalam words. I'm trying to learn languages every day. So there's a new, when I went into, when I lost my memory, my doctor said there are two types of learning. One is cognitive, which languages help, and the other is reflexive, which art helps. So art and language go very well in hand. Okay, this diary is very special to me. This were my worst, darkest thoughts when I was even suicidal, when I was going through a lot. I would just write my worst thoughts. You won't believe it. There are times in the paper when the paper has completely torn from the way I put my pen pressure on it, but it helped me vent out. The deepest, darkest thoughts you can't tell your friends. You can only tell yourself. This is a very beautiful journal by Ruskin Bond. I have not been able to finish this, but the story behind this journal is I had gifted this to my dad. My dad started writing poetry at the age of 56, and now he's one of the most renowned Bengali poets. He discovered a hobby in lockdown, worked on it, and became. So that is why I know that the impact of a diary can change your whole life. You just need to start writing. My dad just started writing poetry on paper. He did not know, and now he's become a poet. Niranjan started drawing on these loose sheets, and now he's an artist. Do not ever, ever underestimate this relationship that you have with your pen and your paper. Which brings me to say that feel gratitude towards the paper and pen that you have in you. Because on this long journey, you are going to write everything through paper and pen. And everything will be possible. So thank yourself for that first. All right, then we are done towards this part, and now it is all practical and implement. I've already given you two homeworks. Write a love letter to yourself, and the second is to tell you things that you are grateful about. Okay. So now let's move. It's going to be very practical. All the time that I'm talking so much to give you time to think about your life itself.
Are you not asking anyone to hydrate today?
I asked them to get water. Now I'll ask them another 10 minutes. I'll ask them to drink again. So which kind of journal attracted you the most, guys? Tell me. What did you like the most? Which journal are you going to use more? Comment it. It's always a discussion between me and Niranjan that if the house catches fire, what is the thing we need to save? Is it our diaries or is it our thing? Which, think about it, maybe there's a different kind of thing that you want to build. Maybe that journal doesn't cover. Give me also ideas for some kind of crazy journal. One person last time in our 21-day workshop had a poetry journal. I don't remember, was it Christina or something? She started writing poetry and illustrating each one with a drawing. What kind of journal do you want to start now? Memories only, brain dump, travel journal. Keval, you are getting to travel, so lovely. Yes, Rujan. In fact, the next advanced journaling workshop that I'm going to take, an entire week, every day I'm going to help you illustrate your art journals. I have found your balance journal. What is balance journal? Are you talking about the one channel? You guys can unmute and ask, by the way. I've not kept any one of you on mute. It is all about expression. What is the balance journal? Are you talking about a financial journal? Oh, okay. Find your balance. Okay. That's a specific kind of journal. It's good. Any journal is good. In the end, I will be telling you which journal to buy and what. But to be honest, there is not one specific journal. Hota to mere paas ek journal hota. I have like 25 journals. That's because each one of them has good formats. I will be telling you what is the basic one you can use and the advanced ones. This is the next, in the last part of the class, this is what we will be talking about, what other journals you can make. So, okay, now let's get to the practical part of it. Now, I want all of you to get your hands dirty. We are going to get a lot of hands dirty and all. So, take out your paper, pen, pencil, whatever you have. We are starting. So, the first question that I'm going to ask you is very generic, but we will sort this, and it's a very important question. Let's start with goals of life. Okay, and with goals, I mean, drop in as many as you can. You need to have at least 10 to 15 goals in your life. It can be as simple as wake up at 5 a.m. every day, to as complex as get another baby. Anything. This is a very personal exercise. I am not going to ask you to share your thoughts and do it until you are very comfortable. Just put it. Ten goals. Any goal of you want to think about it. Give this a hard thought.
When talking about goals and writing goals, are there any right way to mention goals and wrong ways?
Very good question. I'll be talking about it in the next section only. First, write it all. अपना पूरा ऐसे brain का उल्टी कर दो paper में. It could be something like I want to read 5 books this month. I want to be a more loving husband. I want to show more affection towards my parents. Anything. Ten goals minimum. It could be I want to hydrate more, which comes to the point, grab that water bottle in front of you and drink. And I will tell you the magic of this. I think Monica has joined. No, she's not joined. Monica is one of my students who took a journaling workshop like this couple of weeks back. And no, not weeks back, months back. And I had made her do this exercise. I'm going to share with you the result without, I'll show you what she told me yesterday. Which is, I did not hold these journaling workshops for a very long time. But then this happened and I was like, no, I need to spread this word with anyone. So Monica had joined my workshop. This workshop, I told her to write her goals and do this exercise. And some days back, she told me that, she was able to go to Leh. She had written Leh there and she had written 3 things. She wanted to do a yoga course with, she wanted to complete an inner engineering course with Sadhguru. And she wanted to do a trip. And look at this. She told me your manifestation thing worked. This trip came out of nowhere. And that is when I started believing that up to I'm going to tell others also about this magic. Okay. So goals. Write as many goals as you can. If you have finished 10 goals, type in 10. My goal is to read more books and stop watching Netflix. I am spending an unnatural time on Netflix and YouTube. So my goal is to quit Netflix and YouTube. What other goals? Your goals could be promotion. It could be financial. It could be Keval has finished it. Lovely. Waiting for a couple of you people to Keval. If you have finished it, I want you to sort your goals now. If your goal is wake up at 5 a.m., that is a personal goal. So put it into the bracket of personal. Read more groups is again another personal goal. If your goal is getting a better job, that's a career goal. So transfer, what do you say? Segregate your goals now. The next step is to segregate them into different categories. So I personally use these categories. You can use your own categories. One is personal, health, career, relationship, and soul flow. My goal, like these are the ways I've divided into 6. You can divide it into any part of it there. One goal could be fitness, one goal could be good eating, one goal could be reading more books, more productive. It's actually productive, not health. So divide them into 6 categories. Just write it in front of the name. You can choose a short and do it. What is that divided into a goal? It's okay, guys. Take your own time. This is not a rushing exercise. It's a very slow paced exercise.
Can one goal fall in 2 categories?
Yes, absolutely. Very good question. Yes. That's a very good question. One goal, of course, a personal goal and all this. Put it. Kimira, okay, the categories are health, career, personal, finance, relationship. And it can be another personal goal for you. You can choose. What are this is basically categories are the 6 most important things in your life. Upskilling is professional, Anamika. Like when you are doing art is personal, but if you are learning a LinkedIn skill, if you are doing a course to get better at work, then it's in career. If you're joining Soulflow, it's a personal goal. And the reason why I'm making you do this is so that you also know what is a priority in your life. While filling this, most of you will have had personal goals mein 6-7. Personal goals will be the maximum. But are you focusing on your relationship goals? How many of your goals included, I want to have a better connect with my friend. I want to, like Kimira said, her friend has come over to help her. One of your goals should be, spend some more time with my friend. So what are your relationship goals? It can be with your loved one. It can be with your friend. It could be with your parents. We often forget to spend time with parents, right? So it could be anything. You could have a goal like call my grandparents at least once a week. All those things, right? Then health, of course. How many of your goals are health? The biggest resolution that people make on New Year's or write in my journal is lose weight. How many people of yours have this on your chart? Lose weight. It's a goal. It's the most common goal. Lose weight. Kimira ka bhi hai. Lovely. So everybody, I will be telling you how to lose weight. I have lost close to 20 kilos. I gained a bit of it, but I will tell you how to lose weight also.
It's a forever goal for me. Okay.
It's a forever goal for most people. Trust me, even the people you think are hot and all, they are also very conscious. Nobody is happy with their weight. Niranjan wants to gain weight. In fact, me and Niranjan have a challenge that before our wedding, I should be lighter than him. So there is 2 kilos to go either ways. He has to gain 2 kilos, I have to lose 2 kilos. Okay, so how many health goals did you put? Keep putting health goals. It could be take skincare. Women never take care of their skin. Have a skincare routine. I am turning 30 this September, and one of the things that I'm most rigid about is skincare routine. You will now, Anamika. Now guitar, you will be. If you haven't been to do it, ab ho jayega. I am telling you. Because these manifestation works. I'm telling you, I showed you Monica's message. Somebody else also messaged me. It just happens. Okay. Career. How many career goals did you put? And here it doesn't mean that you need to be, if you are a housewife and all, that you cannot have a career. Your career could be that I will, in the next 5 years, I want to have my own financial independence. I want to get into a state of where I don't have to ask anyone for money. I want to turn my side hustle into a hobby. My hobby into a career, anything. Finance is again a very, very big category. In fact, all the ladies and the guys out there also, if there is one thing that you need to do in your 20s is to learn about finance. I don't talk about much because we are an art workshop, but everybody I meet, I tell girls to handle their finance. If there's one advice I can give to my younger version, is to keep a check on my finance. Whether you do it by Excel, whether you do it on a hard copy, Niranjan maintains an Excel for his finance. I am, on the other hand, do it on paper itself. You can choose any method you want to go with. But have a goal. By this year, I will save this much. I will save 10% of my salary every month. I will save if you want to go on a, trip. Somebody said somebody wants to make a travel journal. You need to have an entry in the finance group. You need to have I will save for my trip. All right, done. Now, with all these goals written, now we will do something called the SMART exercise. We are not going to do this in detail here. In the advanced class, we do this in very detail. I'm just giving you an introduction. What are SMART goals? Can anyone tell me? If you are in IT and all, you must have heard this acronym SMART. Okay, I'll tell you. S means specific. So it has to be as specific as you want. If your health is, I want to lose weight, that is not a specific goal. You have to have a specific goal. I want to lose 10 kilos by November. Or I want to gain 5 kilos by August. So one way I gauged my health was, I would say, I wanted to chakrasan by August. Think of it. If you are having doubts, you can ask me. I can help you frame these sentences. Very specific. Okay, I'm so sorry. I skipped one step. So of all these 10, 16 goals that you wrote down, isme se pick 5 and number them. It doesn't have to be priority wise. Just pick up 5 most important goals. Five ones, choose first the 5. I know it's a little difficult. It is pretty difficult actually. Okay? Fine. Now take them into specific. Any goal you chose. My biggest goal is to make yoga into a regular habit. So specifically, I will say do yoga 7 times a week. Chalo, 7 is okay. Next is measurable. Measurable means a little like specific, but you need to have a way to measure. For example, you say, I want to have a successful career by August. Does it by 2023? Is it measurable? How do you measure success? You can instead write it in terms like, I want a salary of this amount by this year. Yes, Keval, you will have to watch this recording a lot of times to understand this. Watch it. Of course, you'll get the recordings. So write a letter to your, measurable. Is it measurable? Okay. Next is attainable. Is it attainable? I mean, realistic hai kya? Attainable is something like, what has your past been? Have you been able to lose weight ever? If you are suddenly saying, I want to go to gym and lift 100 kilos, are you able to lift at least 30 kilos right now? If you say, I want to have a, I want to get married in next year. Have you done anything to get closer towards the marriage thing? Have you started looking? Have you started doing? You want to find love. Have you done anything to find love? Are you on Tinder? So these are the things that you'll answer. Attainable. Is it attainable at all? Next is a little tricky because this is close to attainable. It is realistic. R stands for realistic, which basically means I am saying do yoga 7 times a week. I should know myself, right? 7 times to koi nahi karne wala. So a realistic goal will be 5 times a week. Let me start with 5 times a week. So is it realistic? And the last is time bound. Time bound means that there is a certain time frame that you should be adhering to. So make it very particular. In 2023, I'll do it. In 2025, I'll do it. If you are, a lot of women come to me and say, I want to be financially independent. So don't say I want to be financially independent. Say, I want to have a minimum income of 10,000 rupees by the time I reach 2023. That is a goal. So make a goal statement like this. Are you able to do your goal statements? If anybody wants, you can share your goal statement to see that, whether I can check. In fact, if I can pick one of you and go through the SMART goals with you. Anybody wants to volunteer and discuss your goals? Can help you put your goals out there. Again, you don't, R stands for realistic. Anybody wants to share their goals? I could help you map up your SMART. It's okay. I never put pressure on these classes. Oh, Kimira wants to do. Lovely. Love your initiative, Kimira. Unmute and tell me. What is your goal?
I want to attain mental peace and be satisfied, control my thoughts.
Okay. I am very sure this must be for a lot of people, right? How many others have this? I also have it. Mental peace and control thoughts. Even this is a common thing for me also. Okay. So the first part of it I said is SMART. Vidya, most people have this. Vidya, the way you were up at 1:30 a.m. yesterday, same reason I was also up at 1:30 a.m. And one of the things I hope to achieve through this is better sleep habits. So S, okay. S is specific. So I want to attain mental peace and control thoughts. This has to be made into a more specific things. What are the more specific things? So one way specific would be, I want to have sound sleep. Okay. Or I want to wake up refreshed every day. Or something like, I want to have the mental energy. Or a specific goal could be, on a scale of 1 to 5, every day I want to have at least 4 mood of happiness, right? Because satisfaction, control thoughts and all these are not very, measurable. For example, if Niranjan says, I am not having mental peace and I am saying I am having mental peace, how will you distinguish between this? So use markers for it, that I want to have a better mood every day. I want to be in a good state of mind. Okay. Next is measurable. Can you measure this? Can you measure mental process? Yes, you can. And I'll be teaching you through the habit tracker method how to measure your thoughts also. So you can measure your thoughts. So I want to have I'll show you only, otherwise it will become tough for you to understand. So habit tracker, somebody had said, so I use this method. Up to you people have attended a lot of my classes. What is this painting? It is the wave of Kanakave. So when I feel good, I would put blue, dark blue. Whenever I would feel little less good, I would put blue. So this is called a habit tracker. I'll show you another example of habit trackers. So habit tracker, you can track exactly what is your mood. This is a Zenline habit tracker. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on days I feel absolutely bad, I would fill in 1. On days I would feel little better, I would fill in 2. So this is how I know how my day has been every day. So you can have a marker that I at least want to have 50% of 4 days. If you want to have 100% of 5 days, that's not possible. Nobody is happy on every day of their life. There are people, but we are realistic people. We will have realistic goals. So have a goal like I'm going to share a lot of templates like this to you. Don't worry. Mood trackers is a habit tracker is a big part of this. I'm going to share a lot of this with you. Okay. Attainable. Yes, it is attainable, right? Bachpan mein we were calm. There was a time before we were calm and all. So yes, I know it is attainable. Realistic. Yes, it is a realistic goal. If I work on my health, if I work on my fitness, I will reach there. It is realistic. It is, everybody can get happy and be there. Time bound. Can you put a time to this? How will you put a time to mental health? Maybe you can do, by my next birthday, I will actively work on my mental health. Okay. Or, let me tell you a different way of approaching this. What are the things you usually do to get concentration? You draw, you meditate, you do yoga. So you could do a goal like this. I will meditate, measurable. I will meditate at least 3 times a week. Attainable, yes. Realistic, yes. 3 दिन meditation करना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. Time bound, yes. So make up goals like these that you can achieve and monitor. Is this clear, guys? Is this smart? And I know I'm not giving it a lot of details. This comes more in the advanced one. This takes time. It took me almost 1 or 2 hours to get all my goals. The next thing, the next homework or the exercise that you are going to do is this. This is my visual map or what I wanted to do. When you read Monica's message, when she said manifestation exercise, this is the manifestation exercise. By this time, all of you can draw mountains. All of you can draw beautiful landscapes. In fact, you're much better than me. So you can do this in the form of this. This is like a mountain and the 3 peaks I wanted to reach. BYOL was basically be your own Lakshmi. It meant I wanted to be financially independent. मुझे अपना HR slip समझ नहीं आता था. I had no idea what is credited, debited, how to fill my taxes. So my first goal of this year was that I will learn to become financially independent. Okay. And that I would launch my 21-day challenge. Both of them done. Second was I wanted to learn Malayalam and I am on this goal already. And the third one is that I wanted to have another degree. Now, I am not sure how will I get this degree, what degree, but I know somehow it will manifest. So of all these tasks that you did today, all the goals you wrote, write the 3 most important goals to you. And of course, hydrate, take a sip of water. Good habits build like this only. They don't get built magically like drinking water between classes. Soon you will get into a frequency of drinking more water and hydrating. Kimira, it doesn't have to be very short also. It can be a long-term goal also, like a 2-year, 3-year. But keep it practical, very realistic. If you keep like 5 years, I want to find love and I want to move to abroad, that would be a...
Sorry, I have a question here.
Yeah.
So when you say about write your goals, should we focus on the end outcome? Okay. Or should we, when we are writing our goals, should we focus on the action that we need to do? For example, let's say, if I want to, the most common thing here.
Oh, okay. I got your question. I got your question. Focus on the outcome. Because how we will reach it is the second part. You are asking the absolute right questions, even though you have not attended my weekend these journaling workshops. Focus on the outcome, because I have written here Malayalam. I have not written here that to study Malayalam, I have to get up every morning and study for 1 hour. I have written just write the goal.
So this is purely at the stage where we just focus on the outcome, not the action.
Absolutely, just the outcome. The outcome will determine the actions, right? Just the outcome. If it is a foreign trip, just write Paris, trip to Paris.
Awesome. Because you understand, maybe, you know, like your goal can also be that I will make sure I hit the gym 1 hour every day. In that case?
In that case, you write that my goal is to become fitter. Okay, or is to reach a certain target weight. For example, yours is I want to reach 65 kilos by November.
Right.
Okay.
75.
75. Okay, you just write this 75. On my, let me show you my vision board. My dream weight is given 55. Okay, it's just given there. How we will reach there is the next step. We are going very stepwise. Guys, do you think we are going too fast or are you getting confused? It's a very step-by-step process. The advanced workshop is for entirely 1 week where every day we will do just one of these exercises. And by the end of that 1 week, you will get addicted to journaling. You will want to journal every day. You will know how to write. Most people tell me, मैंने journal ले लिया है, pen ले लिया है, but I don't know how to fill it in and what to fill it in. We will be filling it every day together. So basically, I'm going to do this journaling for 10 to 10:45 for an entire week. Whatever I do, I'm going to practice with you as well. So you will know how to do it. All right. So now you are done with this. Okay, and you don't have to finish these exercises now. I'm just telling you now. You'll have finished them later at your pace. Absolutely, Anamika. Very good question. You can have an internal vision board. See, this is exactly what I was trying to show you. Your vision board does not have to be something that you want to show people and do it. It can be a very personal one. See, this is my personal vision board. It can be in your diary. I will send you a video of a very creative one also I saw where you can just make a little flip book. So Maitri, we have covered a little bit of things. We have done a lot of things, but you can just hop in along. I'm just asking, there are just exercises we are doing in Maitri. And currently we are on the exercise. The next exercise we'll be doing is manifestation. I just told them about manifestation. Right now we will work on another method on how to get it. So this is again another method I follow, wish list. Whenever I want to buy something, I want to have a craving to it. I do not buy it automatically. I wait to full. These are my gifts and all that I want. When I finally get something, for example, mine was fill ITR. So the day I filled ITR, I treated myself. So this is a very good method that works for me. I will be talking about the reward method on 3rd day of advanced. So this is an internal, thing you can make also. Now about what Niranjan said. What are the steps we need to do? Maitri, you can follow along this. You will be able to get it. So divide your paper into 2 pages, into 2 halves. 1, habits I want to make. Okay, Srujan, I'll make. I was in the opinion that this is a very personal thing and that people will not want to, share their work. That's why I did not make. I'll definitely make. Otherwise, for every activity, we make WhatsApp group. I will be declaring a prize also. So yes, you will have to share your resources with me. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. Habits I want to make. So whatever your goal was, can anybody give me an example of what their goal was of the 3 goals that I mentioned? Any goal in life you want. Srujan, maybe you can tell me.
Lead a healthy life, a disciplined healthy life.
Okay. Healthy life. Okay. So now let's divide it into subcategories. What are the habits you want to make in a healthy life? Eat healthy, right? Very common. Eat healthy. Hydrate. I am including hydrate from my side because it's important. Exercise. Yes, hydrate, exercise. These are more or less roughly the 3 main categories. And I'm picking this because most people want to be healthy in life. Okay.
Wake up early.
Wake up early. Yes. What else? Keep on giving suggestion, guys.
Like earn a certain amount every month. Like my goal is to, like, short term is I want to earn 1 lakh per month. My long term goal is 5 lakhs per month. Something.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah.
So you want to invest and save more, right?
Yes.
So now we write this. Oh wow, Anamika wants to do wants to become ambidextrous. Lovely, Anamika. That's a very, very beautiful habit. I'm writing this. It's a very unique one also. Be ambidextrous. Leonardo da Vinci could draw 3 different things with his right hand, left hand, and toe at the same time. Okay. So the first habit that you want to, let's now divide it into habits you want to make and break. Okay. If you want to eat healthy, what is the first healthy habit that you can make? Easiest thing, eat ghar ka khana. Correct? That is the easiest, healthiest thing you can do. And the thing that you want to break in this is stop ordering from Swiggy. You know, guys, I uninstalled Swiggy and Zomato a couple of days back. Again, I keep doing it in circles because of do it. Yes, very good, Abhamati. Eat at right time. So the habit you want to make is don't write eat at right time, write eat at, make a specific time. Consistency. There is no other work than consistency and trusting the process. So, right, eat at, I follow something like the 16-9-hour fasting, intermittent fasting. So I have a very particular time that I have to eat my dinner before 7 p.m. Breakfast, lunch at. So write a very specific habit you want to make, eat at this time.
Laptop.
Okay.
Need.
Now wake up early. What is the easiest thing that you can do to wake up early? One simplest step. Don't give me
Sleep early.
Sleep early, yes.
App download.
So what habit can you break that is not letting you sleep early? Watching Netflix at night. How many of you watch Netflix at night and then end up, अरे यार बहुत time हो गया, अब कैसे सोए, and then before you know it, it's 4, right? So watching Netflix is a habit you want to break. Stop mobile. And in the advanced course between 10 to 10:45, I will actually ask you to switch off your phones, and only I know we can't do it completely online. Wait, I have to mute somebody. Can't hear. Now I can. So I'll be asking you to only read or something for the last 10 minutes. We will just read. So something like that. So one habit a lot of people want to make is reading. Reading is a habit they want to start. What is the... I'll just start it again. My writing is coming out very bad. I usually have very good writing. So first, may you write a habit. My habit is I want to eat healthy. What can you do to do it? Stop eating outside. I want to work out. I want to exercise every day. Smallest step that you can do is, and you will think that, you know, the smallest step is joining a gym, but no. The smallest step is before you go to sleep at night, just lay out your gym clothes out. Oh, sorry, Anamika. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay. Keep your gym clothes out. Anything. If it is about, I want to I want to do skincare every day. Keep your skincare products in front of you. And to build this entire good habits versus bad habits exercise, the best book to read is, and this is one book that changed my life. Niranjan, if you are nearby, can you show them the copy of my Atomic Habits? If you are there.
Yes, I have it right here.
You have it, right?
Yes.
It is killing me to keep this book away. How many people have read this book, guys? Atomic Habits? Yeah, I'll show. I am spotlighting you. This book changed my life. You open the book and show some how much scribbling I have done on this book, and I took so many notes in this book, so many things.
Everything here. Everything is here.
So Atomic Habits says that to make or break a habit, we say na 21 days is needed and all. Atomic Habits says that the thing that you need to get better is 1%. You need to do everything up better the next 1%. Today, if you are doing 5 minutes of yoga, you have to do 6 minutes of yoga tomorrow. And then 7 minutes, 1 minute increase karke karna hai. So this is a very highly recommended book. During the advanced journaling, we will be applying a lot of things of this Atomic Habits book as well, because it is literally the Bible. I have read a lot of productive books, a lot of self-read books. This book is one of the best. You can, in fact, okay, we can have a competition. I'll have a competition in the end. The person who makes the best version of the things that I tell today, who complete all the tasks will get a copy of Atomic Habits from me. All right? It's a book very close to my heart. I want to distribute as many books as I can. The other book that is really good is Ikigai. Most of you have read it. Ikigai is something that is going to be covered in the advanced workshop as well, because I personally believe a lot in Ikigai and I want to tell you the application of Ikigai. You don't need to read the book for that. Okay? So good habits, bad habits, take your own time to figure it out, to do it. But what we do with the habits is what I'm going to show you next. So what we basically do with habits is track them. Okay, and this is the task of habit trackers. I have a lot of different kind of habit trackers. This is my workout habit tracker where I write in all my workouts and all. This is my meal planner. Let me show you how I do stuff. You don't have to go so creative and colorful. You can do very minimal also. This is my habit of whether I've drawn. I remember in my 21-day challenges, I made you draw habit trackers. This is a sort of habit tracker where for every day that I've drawn or I have read, I make it a mark. This is a tracker I use for what is the best moment of my day. Sometimes there are just moments like I had broccoli soup today. And when on a bad day I read them, it really helps me get into my mind. Okay. So habit trackers is the next version I'm going to teach you right now. We want to make one right now. I'm just going to show you some examples of habit trackers. So this is the kind of habit tracker I used to keep. This was very complex. So I decided that the best way to keep them is the simplest habit trackers. So now I keep a very simple habit tracker like this. You can take a printout of this also, or you can make it on the board also. Okay. So to track sanity means this only. I used to track the number of days I felt okay and in a good mood. Fitness, meditation, Japanese. All the days that you finish doing it, you can put a mark on it.
I have a question here.
Yes, ask. You're the only one asking good questions.
I've heard a lot of people say that I don't like to, keep a schedule, because most of this is about keeping a schedule. I don't like to keep a schedule. I don't like to follow routine because it is too restrictive for me. I like to be free. I like to flow, so a lot of people think there's restraining their freedom. What do you have to tell to such?
Absolutely. Anybody else feels this? Very common question though. I am so glad you're keeping me in check, Niranjan. Anybody else has this question? Abneet has it. Yes. Lot of people feel like they get more triggered when they make a journal like this. They are trying to stick to it, and when they are not able to stick to it, they feel guilty about it. Like for this example, I was telling you how this habit tracker works. One side, write all your dates. Here, write all the good habits you want to bring. For example, water plants every day, read, some other workout, any task you want to do. Okay. So this end. Now how this works is every time you finish a task, you will just highlight that part. This is done. Reading, I did not do reading today. I did workout today. Tuesday, I did not read. I read only. I did not do workout. So you can maintain this. Now this works in two ways. Maybe at the end of this time, when you finish your planning, you will be like, oh wow, I have been such a good person this week. I have been able to do it. Or you might get very demotivated कि यार मैंने तो इस हफ्ते कुछ किया ही नहीं. This entire week, my week has been such a lost week. I'm not able to do anything at all only. See, this is the habit tracker I use. So 7 days, and you can see there are days when I have also slept. 4 days I have done nothing. I see this one is another one of my favorite habit trackers. It has written intermittent fasting, my medicines, my ordering food. I managed to get it only 30% of times. But then I use something called the gift method, and that has really worked for me. What says in the gift method is, so say 7 days. Okay, I will finish this in 7 days. This has 7 into 3, 21 boxes. Okay. At the end of 21 days, at the end of 7 days, if out of 21, I have a score of above 18, then I will reward myself with X. If I have a score between 12 to 15, I will give myself Y. And if I have a score less than 12, I will just not do anything. I mean, I will be better there. So a lot of this is about the mind shift. You have to adjust. It's okay to have bad days. It's okay to not be productive all the time, but I will try next day. Kitni baar ye hua hai, and you be honest with me when I tell you that you have missed one day of gymming or one day of a habit, and the next day you're like, chalo, I'll start tomorrow. Ab to 2 din ho gaya, we'll start 3 days. Then before you do it, it's like we'll start from next week, and then a whole week passes. How many people have faced this? You must have faced it in the 21-day art challenge or reading something or working out. You miss one day, and then slowly you're like, hota rahega. And before you know it, you have a big bandwidth of this. It happens in work. It happens with me. It happens with the best of people. Guys, please understand that even though I'm telling you all this, it doesn't mean I am very perfect or mera every day is productive. Ask Niranjan, I woke up at 9:30 only today, ran here and there. He woke up late since 3-4 days. It's okay to slip and fall. But when you start measuring it, when you start gauging it, that's when you know how to control. Like I give an analogy of diabetes. आपको diabetes का आप चाहे चीनी अभी नहीं खा रहे हो, आप चाहे चीनी खा रहे हो, but once you start measuring it, you become more wary of it. Once you start starting injection, taking your blood samples and all, you know how to keep it in track. Maitri, you always, yes, you had always missed, now you will not. With these methods, with these things, I am telling you, it is very difficult to not be regular. Because, so I showed you very complex formats. Let me show you a very simple format of a journal I also follow. This one is called the One Journal, and it is one of my favorite journals. I have actually a different video altogether with this because it's a very comprehensive one. Everything is given in this, so you don't really have to think about kya likhu, kya na likhu. So here, all of these weeks are, I recently bought it to test only. So one of my goals is to not spend on stationery. I spend an awful amount of time on stationery. So here there is a monthly planner given. In the advanced one, I'll teach you how to make your personally one. This is a monthly planner. Then you can write your personal goals here. For example, mine was make new vision board, make new video, hold this journaling class. This was what I had written in the first day of this month itself. Then you have to write in your budget. What is the budget cost you are doing? What is the income? And then this is a very format that I loved. Here you can choose what categories you want to keep. So all those goal categories, for example, soul flow, myself, personal, home, workout, meal plans, you can divide it. And then every day you can have one small goal. So like my goals, if you see, is just 2 slides. You have to make 2 slides of a PPT every day. Very easy to do, right? Just follow this. Reminders. What do I have to put reminders? Who do I have to call? Yoga and vision board. I put a plan on it. So even though I don't follow it, I know at least ki kya chhoot raha hai. Varna, there are days when I suddenly feel so overwhelmed ki kitna kuch hai life mein yaar, maine to abhi tak kuch nahi kiya. Happens, right? Because we don't know how much. So this is just a way to track. My entire week I've written workout, yoga, but last week I was only able to do 3 parts of it. But now I know, chalo, agle mein karungi, koi baat nahi, I'll do it in the next week, which is what I'll plan now. And when I plan the July one, you'll all join me, I hope, for the bigger workshop as well. So with this, I am pretty, I just have to show you more samples, etc. I am at the almost end of this workshop. Now it is time for you to talk and tell me. What is it that you want to help with? Is there something you want an answer with? How did you like this? Is there something missing? Please understand that it's a very small, 2 घंटे में मैं किसी का time life नहीं change कर सकती. It needs longer commitment, but I can always give you a pathway to do it. Are you feeling hopeful, guys, that we can get shit done as well? Are you feeling hopeful? If you are feeling hopeful, then my half the task is done. The first step of change is being able to accept the change. कि मैं change कर सकता हूँ. Baki, we can figure it out how to do it, and practical work, we can get it done. This is the most important. So we've already covered this. This is an ongoing list I'll be working with you for. Good habits, we have thought about this. This is a chart that I have right in front of me and I keep on looking at it every day. Just think about it. This encompasses everything. If you have, if you are able to get even 80% of all this, you are already a better person. We have covered this. So I'm asking you now, what can I do to help you better? This is an Alicia Souza. It used to be a huge hit in 2019 before all these Find Your Balance, all these different journals happened. You can still use Alicia Souza's journal. They're pretty little expensive, but it's worth it. It's very cute. You can build your own journal like this one. I am Shatakshi's here. I'm a huge Van Gogh fan. This is a personal journal. We will be doing this art journaling in the next workshop. You can do your career. You can plan your career goals into this. So somebody said I always leave behind my tasks. See, I used to divide these into tasks. This became a very big thing in my office. I used to work in Great Learning. This is a task that is my favorite task, and I'll be doing this in the advance again with you. An ideal day. How to plan an ideal day. And this is again your next homework of the day as well. Plan an ideal day. Like, what is the ideal time you want to wake up? You don't have to follow it. Just write it. Here I've written 5:30 to 6 o'clock, wake up with affirmations. I don't wake up at 5:36. I wake up very aram se at 6:30 and I do wake up with affirmations. Write your perfect day. What is all that you want to achieve in your perfect day? Art journaling is something you are familiar with. Shatakshi and Deepak, if you are there, you can share your spreads as well, how you choose your memories and all. This is Niranjan and my first Onam. I wanted to make it a memory. Health trackers. You can make a health tracker. This is my weight tracker. Every time I finish a goal, I give myself a treat. It's very good financially also. Pehle kya hota tha, Amazon pe gayi, Myntra pe gayi, kuch bhi I buy. Now I have goals. I will only buy something when I reach a certain weight goal. This is a tracker. You can see 2 se leke 25th are the dates, and these are the practices I want to follow. This is a calendar for how you can fix your health, how you can build a certain exercise pattern for yourself. Even if it's only walking, guys, even if it's only I want to do 10 minutes of walking every day, write it down. This is a very funny, and housewives and women would get it. This is my house chores list. When to clean the bathroom, when to clean the bedroom, when to climb. Somebody who believes a lot in ghar ka thing. Even though I lost my mom at a very early age, I watched every YouTube video possible, and I even make my own atta. That's the sort of person I am. I grow my goal is by the time I'm 40, I eat only food that I have grown. So house chores are something you can do. This is my travel journal. It brings me so much joy when I look at my Paris pictures. Habit trackers, you can do it in different colors. You're all creative people. You can do this. So here my tagline was, watch me, I can, I will. This was a very very hyper method of measuring. I would measure and make a graph of all this. This was very constructive. Like what Niranjan asked, this really made me feel bad, because every time I was in low, I would feel bad. Ki mera upar kyun nahi ja raha? So I gave up. This was my intermittent fasting and sleeping tracker. This was very restrictive, and I immediately stopped after using it for a month. So that is how disciplined I had got in once. Abhi itna nahi chahiye. These are, of course, my brother. It's a diary to my brothers. I'll be sharing with you a lot of these templates and all this, so you can customize it. वरना Pinterest पे just search करो, Google पे search करो, आजकल बहुत मिलते हैं. So congratulations, guys. You will make 2022 the year you get shit done. I understand, Kimira. Consistency and all this is there. Keval, no, I don't know. Niranjan, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, no, it's okay. I'll show them the video only. Keval, I know most journals are into this. Even this workshop was targeted at women because there is an audience there. But I don't believe in it. I believe that every person has this journal, and men are better at changing than women are. Trust me. I don't want to make this sexist remark, but when it comes to being consistent, men are way better at that. Women are able to do house stuff, things for others, but apne liye nahi kar pate. Men are very able to change and all. That is why the men's success stories are so often, and the women are there. We often get tied down by ghar ka kaam, ghar ka ye sab kuch, and all this. So I'm sharing with you right now a journal for men as well. I absolutely love it. And if there are no journals for men, you make your own journal. Simple. Okay. So where is that? Where is that journal? It is called the One Safe Journal again. The One Life Journal. It's available on Amazon. The one I am showing you is dated. You can get an undated journal. Just one minute. Huh. So this one is the one journal. I have decorated it, but it has a beautiful steps written on it. All these questions that I ask, they are there in some form. Every day they fill. You see, this is like an addiction, which is why I have mentioned the word advanced journaling workshop so many times, because in that advanced journaling, we are going to do this. I'm starting this with 7 days, but we might carry it on to 10 days, 12 days as well. I'm not putting any hardcore limit to this. Every night between 10 to 10:45, we will be meeting and we will be drawing. Niranjan, can you draw can you drop the link?
Sure. You don't have a WhatsApp group here, right?
No, I don't have one. Drop it here. I didn't want them to talk to others as much as I wanted them to talk to them. You can drop the chat link here also. So this this is a very special workshop, and I'm not going to advertise it because I don't want a lot of people to come in. It will be undated from next to next Monday. That is when you people will finish your boot camps also. So every Monday from 10 to 10:45, we'll be meeting. Srijan, I thought that this would be the best time because, like you said, most women get free during this time itself, from household work, from getting everybody to sleep. This is and the task of this is immediately after this you sleep. You finish your diary, you finish your task. Maybe you do tasks like soak almonds for the next day. Do it, but this is going to be the ultimate relaxation work. After this, you are not allowed to use your phones. I want your brain to completely relax. We'll be doing meditation.
Guys, check if you can all see the link. I have just dropped it.
And since it's just a very it's a long process. It's slightly charged at a little higher price, but it's very cheap in comparison to all the changes you'll make. It's a 1500 workshop. I am saying it's a 7-day, but I plan to carry it till at least 10 days because we are going to learn a lot of consistency in this. We are going to meet every day. We are going to practice meditation. We are going to do journaling. We are going to develop one good habit every day. It is from next Monday, not this Monday, next Monday. Next Monday. The date is...
Hello?
And this is a program I'll be conducting like once a year only, but I'll be doing it with very few people. Yeah, so the date for the next, we are starting with 11th. This is from 11th. And like I said, no final date because I want to keep discussing. We will do one good habit. We will believe in storytelling. We will track our day. Like you are asking me now how to do this, how to do it. Kuch nahi. You join in. You don't have to join for 45 minutes. You sit with me. Jitna time tumko acha lag raha hai, I will be doing my journaling. I will be sharing my tracking and all. You track the day with me. Niranjan and me anyway spend our final part of the day doing this. I'm just inviting you to do this. We will also be doing Zenline practice little bit. We will be making what are the tasks we do for it. And I guarantee you, and I'm giving you a full money refund if by the end of these 7-10 days, you do not fall in love with journaling. Yes, Anamika, I will not be doing anything. We will be giving you tasks to do and doing. It is completely up to you. I do art journaling most of the days. Whenever I feel like a good memory has come or something significant has do it, I do journaling. Do with me, yes. Any good day, art journaling. Yes, I'll be teaching you those beautiful collages that you people are so fond of. I will be teaching you that also. I know that is a very big part of this workshop, how to make spreads like this. We will be making spreads like this. We will be making journals like this. Absolutely. I know that is what people are most attracted towards. We'll be doing it. I'll be asking you to collect pictures. For example, this is a once when my friend had come home, I had written the reflections on her. So I'll be asking you probably on the 4th day that get an old picture of yourself. We are going to make a collage. We are going to make a vision board, everything. I'm going to give you a project minimalism of throwing away stuff, gratitude, all these things that you see in my diary and much more we are going to do. Yes, Kimira, of course. We'll be giving you a list of complete things to do. Hey, you are talking, Kimira, as if you have not attended any of my workshops before. When have we not given you a list of things and all? See, this is a list of what, and trust me, guys, this is a 2-year-old diary. Whenever I pick up and I read the things like what went well for me, I feel so much better. What didn't go well for me. All these things have made me feel so good about myself. This is my financial calculator. I know a lot of people use this on diary, but you can use this as well. Habit trackers, February. We'll be doing all of this together. Checklist. This is my art journaling where I love it, where I write my things, habits. See, my habit trackers are just like yours. It's not like I get everything done, but I know
Yes,
what I can
Kimira.
do.
Yes, Kimira, received your payment. Thank you so much for joining in.
Oh, already? Wow, lovely.
Yes. So guys, journaling is a habit that I have used consistently. Let me tell you a little about
Sure, Anami.
my story and myself here. You all know the Niranjan, who is the art teacher.
Show your journal also, the one I made for you.
Oh, the one you made for me. Okay. So I have plenty of journals here. The one that you made. This is our story.
It's not very clear. Your camera is not.
Yeah, it's not very clear. These are the beautiful journals which Sansari sketch she made, and she created our memories. A lot of beautiful things here. So journaling is one habit in which you can accomplish so many things. A lot of you here are part of my art classes. So whether if it is you want to improve your art game, you can journal about that. You can use this your artworks, combine it to journaling, combine it with writing, and use it to create memories. You can use it to draw and manifest your dreams. And I have first-hand experience of this. Before I started the art classes, I was a completely broke college dropout. Oh.
But show them your journal also. Somebody said that guys don't have. There are no journals for guys.
My journal, I have locked it up inside there. I'm sorry, but I mean, there's nothing much to see in it. It's just plain writing. But back then, in those times when I had no backup plan, no support, it was even hard to have faith on oneself. It was journaling that helped me go through it. And journaling is one habit that I would 100% encourage all of you to have.
Yeah, I'm talking about the everyday journal that you use, the one I made.
Oh, the one, yes, the artist, yes. The cover which you made.
Open it and show. It's a very simple format. When you ask, no, there are not for girls. I can share this. This is a very cheap one also. It's for
very simple format.
So Valentine's Day, we had a budget of 1,000 rupees only to each other. So this is a 300 rupees diary only. It's very useful, very minimal.
So here you can write a list of things, to-do list, an affirmation, the plans and schedule for the day, and the top 3 priorities. This is nice, clean, minimal, very functional for me. I also sometimes write on a separate paper, just brain dump, and then I just add on to it. Memos, and I just add on to that.
I have received 4 more registrations. I'll close the registrations at 20, Niranjan. I want a small crowd that meets every day and gets to change life. I'm not comfortable with a lot of people coming in and doing it. So this has been my journaling journey. I don't write every day. I write a little only in things. When COVID happened, I got very regular because I knew that 14 days so I'm at home only. I have to do something. And this is one of my most special diaries because it was during this time that I started building a lot of good habits. And also I met Niranjan. So there are so many now. When I met Niranjan, I showed him, Ki Niranjan, look at the times I said, today I met a very nice teacher. He was very nice. And this. So keep this up. Yes, Kimira, we are done with this. We are done with this. I am stopping the recording also. We are finished. Now it's all about your doubts. It's all about your things. If there is anything I want you to do is to believe in this. I really hope to see some of you in the advanced workshop because this is a growing together habit. It works best when you grow. I had a friend Diksha who helped me grow in this. And now I have so many of you friends to do with this. So I'll be sharing this recording. Watch it again. I'll be sharing a lot of resources for you to follow. And tell me when something happens if journaling really changes your life.